Well, heyo and hello everybody. My name is Fervor2 and welcome back to Genshin Impact for more story quests. Technically, I've yet to start on any of them, but this came in as an accident. So, as I can already tell you, this introduction is just a little bit further into the Navia storyline, as you can see from the little objective thing right here. I'm already past the point where I went in 30 minutes into the storyline and just went on there from there. Now, while trying to decide which story quest I end up picking, I just ended up just accepting and started all three of these quests. Both Navia, both Risley, which is the warden, and of course our new bird mother, Scene 1 or Cloud Retainer, the Adeptus. While I was trying to do Ningguang's Hangout quest, her story quest just blocks this, so I had no choice but to start on all of them. But I just decided to do Navia's first, since I accidentally started it. So, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, and let's just get on right into it.
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
Well, I may have accidentally stumbled upon this, but I had to get ready to record.
That voice! It's Navia!
Hello there, my beautiful flower.
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
Just getting our daily dose of adventuring in.
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of. Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
She really has a lot going on already. And not just her schedule. Myself can't go over the fact that she is very well designed. So let's see, wasn't Spina de Rosula affected too?
Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well.
Well, that is partially true, that considering that the main headquarters would be in Poisson.
Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Whoa! Spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time, though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
And then?
And then, since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own.
Shorthand.
But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
She is wholesome.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
Yes, please.
Come on, see. Wait. There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols.
That's called English, Paimon. It's called English. It's called literature, too.
This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Oh, we getting burgers now, guys.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Maybe just use standardized shorthand symbols next time. Maybe just write out each item next time.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself.
Did she try to use hieroglyphics in this one?
I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Well, now you know for next time.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important.
And I get the feeling that it might become super important later on.
Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Ah, so you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, wanna come with me and check out the town for yourself?
Yes, a date.
You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
It's a bit sudden, but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you think, Traveler?
I'd be interested in taking a look.
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
Oh, you mean the Aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat. The Aquabus doesn't have a station near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
I guess sounds good to me.
All right, follow me. I'll take you there.
Oh, that's her own boat, huh? Nice.
The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
Spina originally was one of the main sponsors for the construction, right?
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina Di
Reasons.
Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub. So there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying. The Aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head.
Well, something that big wouldn't also wouldn't have been just his call. Perhaps the rest of the Spina didn't see a point to having a 4th line.
But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
I apologize if I'm seem tired. I really woke up early for this one.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
How so?
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out.
Look at that. I like how this transcends right here and just tells us, oh, we just started this quest here.
It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Yeah,
Navia, what was your mother like as a person?
I wonder too. But that's a touchy subject.
I'm sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her. Right?
Damn, Paimon! What's with you and the disrespect for Frontanians?
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Huh. A wander couple. That's freaking cool.
Yeah, But those are just stories and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived?
Who knows?
Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
Do you miss them? Missing Melus and Silver?
Of course, I still haven't really gotten used to a life without them. But I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up.
That's the spirit.
We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the new Poisson.
Navia, do you think she's doing alright?
Honestly, she's managing, but she's always been having to cope with one thing or another.
Okay, Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
I forgot that when I did the main archive quest, I forgot about the situation of Poisson.
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
Oh, hey!
Poisson.
Good to seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Melus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss. As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Melus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
Really?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as Callus the Unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him.
Right.
But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
Yes, the trial, we cleared his name, revealed something important, and now the name's been redubbed just Callus.
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus and everything they did.
Shouldn't Navia be featured with them too?
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble.
No, you're not. You're just making some macarons and shotgunning helitrolls and bringing Geo Armada and Geo Cannons until destruction.
Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
Have I ever tell you guys that I'm really, really happy that I got Navia when I pulled?
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol.
Be Mary Poppins in this sucker.
Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value.
I think it'll
At
just
a
be.
minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people.
I think it'll just be a matter of time.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet.
No, you're proving yourself enough. You are.
Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
Mm-hmm. We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now.
Really?
Hey, you! Come over here with me.
Yes, ma'am. Me? What are you doing?
Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callis, and I'll be Clementine.
Oh, you thinking we married now, huh?
Didn't you say on the
Awkward.
boat that Callis and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner.
Oh, she's already thinking that the Traveler, neither Aether or Lumine, as her valuable partner.
Florent,
I don't think it matters.
let's grab
right?
some reference shots.
You've got it, boss. I'll go get the camera.
Oh boy. Remodeling, boys.
Well,
Remodeling,
what do you
people.
think? Got any ideas?
Shouldn't you be running this show?
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone. So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
You're asking me.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's try for something imposing. Let's try looking out into the distance. Why don't we just strike a happy pose? Does it matter which I choose? My thoughts are either imposing or happy. Now let's go with this.
Happy pose? You mean something like...
Oops.
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
No.
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
And that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Yeah.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking?
I might have skipped the dialogue accidentally.
That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it, let's try something else.
So it doesn't matter, huh? Let's go with imposing.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
This pose. It makes me recall Spina di Rasula's glorious golden age.
But isn't
Golden Age.
Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person?
No, but that's Navia.
If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
She may well could be.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
Wow.
Oh, Paimon was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
No, you disappear within my stomach. Emergency food
What
joke.
Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else.
Alright.
By that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate. Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
Why is it with food and more with you, Paimon?
But there's something off in the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callis look too tall next to the lady.
I'm the shortest person here, damn you.
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Oh well.
Well,
Just to-
Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Right.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
Then we're just posing here.
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
I don't think he had any brain juice at all, Paimon.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups.
I think you might try to take some of them to your personal...
Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time.
Excuse me?
Oh, outfits! Ugh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
She always believed that her father, Chuck, was a good person.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me. And she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too.
Aww, that's cute.
I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift.
Aw, that's sweet.
But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So I did forget something important after all.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up right away.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start.
Hey, at least this way we got some cool pictures.
Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
I'm at the end part of this.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Who the hell are you?
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
I shouldn't let that transition just go on. I always skip it.
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy is?
I don't know if he's gonna be trouble or nostalgic.
Let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago.
And what did he do?
But, looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Have you not heard anything at all about the water from the primordial sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
You really need to get on with the times.
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
Definitely.
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
All credit to Paimon. Nah, I'm not giving you credit, Paimon. We just followed Navia's lead.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice, nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
Nah.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Malus and Melissa, dead. They're just gone?
I don't see any tears.
Malus. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Hey, keep it together.
That's how you say it. That's how you comfort a person. Just keep it together. Keep it together. That's not how you comfort a person, Paimon. They really never give this character some good lines to use.
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
Navia explains everything that has happened recently to Coulter.
All of this. It's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
Well, it is quite a mad world, but not really. Had I not personally experienced all those events, I would have also found them very difficult to accept.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Wondering.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Romeu.
Romu?
Roma. I mean, Romeu.
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the aquabus lines. Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships.
Well, when he explains that I seen Poisson, no wonder that there was another faction that opposes whatever the Spina or Callus would say or do. Like making the aquabus lines, sure, it would be improving to the people of Fontaine, but now that I look at Poisson, I don't blame him.
Not only would the aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line.
I'm guessing there was an internal dispute creating like a two-factional war, I guess.
But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeo ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Well, I have a feeling that this other faction might um, try to harm Navia. Maybe yet they might get involved in this quest.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
War.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Of course, it's all Marcel's fault. Insane bastard.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
And this couldn't have been the first time a dispute like that happened, right?
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years. But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Of course, Clementine's his wife, or at least she loved him.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeo's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
Oh, Navia, poor, sweet, naive Navia. If only you know about the workings of the world of the Spina.
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion.
I can only assume that some people thought the Spina was an easy way to make Mora. Very easy way to make money, And when something like the Aquabus, I forgot that I had the Discord notification on, so I'm hearing it.
They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So, they thought she had betrayed them?
Yeah. A total mediator, sure, would have been a good thing. But if people would think that just because that some mediator is a woman that is pregnant with the other faction's leader's child, of course they will assume. And yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
And she did.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side.
Oh, okay, so...
Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeo and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I mean, they are a bunch of sore losers, but they're not bad men.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
I don't trust you, Coulter. I don't know. I can't put it in my... wrap it around my finger, except for this band-aid when I got a cut. It's just the look. I don't know.
I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeo had my father in their sights for a very long time.
Okay, now I just realized and remembered. He's too calm. Like, he's very calm. He's calm when he heard the news about his friend. and everyone in Poisson. Like, he's too calm.
Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeu's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Yes, because they are at their weakest.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Ow.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
It's hidden, but he's calm.
Ah, in that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Oh, of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
We want to see the future star of the Spina.
We really are the best of partners.
Yes, we
Come
are.
on, let's go.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
What road? Wait, what road?
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard.
Yeah.
And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
That's not a bad thing.
Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Yeah. Very nostalgic indeed.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Yes.
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
Oh no.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this.
Yeah, because they were right behind her with everything at the ready. Portable oven and all.
Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all.
Should I go and get some?
Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
Oh, no, I'd do anything for those thighs. I mean, for you.
We should contribute to making the macaron too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so she should have some stuff on hand.
I am very sorry. It's that her stockings were distracting. How are they so tight on that legs, man?
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flours and wheat, I can start the baking.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
It's funny that I have everything already at the ready. I need a healing.
How did it go? Did you find the ingredients?
2 seconds later, I've already got every single ingredient here. I've done a lot of gathering. Don't blame me. I need heals.
You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
Alright, she bakes a fucking magic.
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent!
You're
cooking is as good as ever, Navia.
The puns were too magnificent. Were magnificent.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
I mean, she could run her own restaurant. Oh wait, there was a video about that.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart. So...
I mean, there are still some important things we must do. You really want to poach me from the Adventurers Guild, huh?
Was it that obvious? I just thought you would be a great fit, that's all.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together.
Oh, it's been about months. Literally.
Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down.
We're free as a dandelion.
Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Navia's right. That's certainly one way of putting it.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
You remember every taste of every single food.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you.
And not only that, but I've learned every recipe. So it shouldn't be hard.
I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
Why do I feel like that's a red herring?
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with wine in celebration of this moment.
Yep. What the? Yes, I did heard something too.
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast.
God damn, Paimon, impatient much? Cheers!
May your travels go smoothly. May the Spina continue to grow. And may our friendship last until the end of time.
This is too suspect for me. I mean, we have tables and chairs near the ocean cliff here, and a suspicious bush right there, as if someone was just there waiting to pounce and take a stab at this.
All set? Let's move out then. I asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform, so we should be able to pick it up right away.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
My mistake, my mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle. Are you here for the uniform?
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
The boss has got a point. Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
I'm not kidding, guys. Look at these. They look
Can
freaking
someone
tight.
remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me. After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa. So, as a result, she found all
are
the
you?
rest of the Spina super scary as well.
Now, who the hell is this spying on us?
But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her.
The two of you have contended with similar circumstances.
Yeah, you could say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time.
I still see this. Who the hell are you?
She
Sneaky,
said that she
sneaky
wanted
bastard.
to become someone like me. Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive.
Aha.
She can commit to us once she's older, and can really make that decision for herself.
Yep. We have a stalker. Or something else. Someone else. So I wasn't just hearing things. So we've been followed.
Is something up, Traveler?
Follow me. Someone's tailing us.
Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm way faster than you fools.
We knew you were going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Bring out the sword.
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore. Let's take them out!
How the hell you say that, Martinet?
There. Hands where I can see them. Ha! Absurd. Now you shall perish.
I didn't even see what it said.
Hey there!
Take a shotgun to the face.
Now, talk. Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
Recognize your situation and don't entertain any fantasies of escape. We've got people up above and down below as well. I'm gonna say that.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
You took long.
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula.
And what are we gonna
We were
do?
discovered and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
I would advise you to calm down, sir.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day. Too bad you guys messed up ours first.
You're lying.
Huh?
You followed us all the way here, but there's more to this.
You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway.
Something's up.
Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Nah, you feel sober.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew.
It's not that easy. Only if it were that easy.
I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
Yeah, she could be imitating, that's for sure.
All right. We get it. Come on, let's go.
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either.
Why is that?
If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
And yet the opportunity will be back with them because they will ambush you once they figure out where to have a meeting.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeo's folks, though. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. It's getting late already. So why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
Quick complaint, Paimon. You slept in the prison.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties too. How does that sound?
Huh. That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go, Paimon!
You want to sing too? Okay, okay.
Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow on Paimon. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court. He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? I'll go do some prep, and I'll get someone to tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
Yep. I thought you forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
Oh, did I just hear someone taking a dig at Fleuve Cendre? I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Oh, Paimon's sorry. Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all.
This is why you should keep your remarks to yourself, Paimon.
I was just kidding. Be on your way now.
There you go. You enjoy a fantastic meal as well as a wonderful performance. I'm not going to say anything.
Hello? Are you asleep yet?
Oh, yeah? Did something happen?
Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest.
Are you implying that we should go on a secret date now?
Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
She really wants to spend some time with us as travelers.
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything.
You're good, since the invitation is coming from you.
I knew it. You really are my best partner. Okay, let's go. To the fishing spot.
It's loud. Wait, what the hell? What are those? Are those the fishing poles?
How can you call this fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod?
It takes the fun out of fishing.
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
Wow. Lazy.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
Oh, usually, but that's what technology gets you.
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler?
Automation is more efficient, but To be honest, I rather like Paimon's method. Manual all the way.
Then let's try regular rods next time. We can have a real fishing competition.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
It's like past midnight, right?
Huh. It might just be something that runs in my family.
That's a thing?
Really?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina.
Your
My
mother?
father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say. My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Maloose and Silver were always there too. No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Me neither.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I was young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Maloose come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you.
I don't
Pay
know.
the price for your mistakes.
Genshin actors really do pull some off. It must be really hard for you.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight. Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Mm-hmm. Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least.
That's the way some people would think. But you don't know what the other party might think. They might just view you as weak when you do that.
Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
Come on, Paimon, pull the lever.
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Kids, you have to do it yourself.
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
You want Paimon to help too?
After some time, you finally manage to reel in the prize catch together. For the rest of the night, your rod continues to rack up catch after catch, while for some reason Navia can't seem to hook a single fish. Navia is quite upset about her bad luck, but it's only when you begin to head back that Paimon discovers that the real reason to the mystery of why she didn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Wait, really? She didn't put a hook on. Oh my gosh.
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day.
Wait, is that who I think it is?
We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
So this fool didn't let us go. I knew it. The haircut.
Well, your rod was missing a part too, so I guess that makes it fair.
And yeah, how in the world did you not install a hook on a fishing line? Everyone knows that the fish rod has to have a hook.
Well, if we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure. Oh, never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
You're lucky you're adorable, Paimon.
All right, go to bed. I had a great time today.
Well, see you tomorrow, Navia. Oh,
See you tomorrow. So how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
yeah,
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar. Get it?
I like that look right there. And just where did you get that from?
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
Now that's more suspect. No one finds her puns hilarious. She's not that funny. You're making me more suspect of you.
See? This guy gets it!
I don't know wonder how.
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
Ah, back to Poisson. Oh, well. Oh, look at that. We got the new furnishing.
Adele, we're back. We brought you a gift from the court too.
I'm back, mon ami.
Oh, thank you so much, boss.
Wow, she really did change.
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
It's been a while.
Hello again.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case. I've heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine. You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
I mean, we use all the elements for the Avatar. Come on.
You're really amazing. And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too.
Well, she's always that amazing.
What's in this thing? Can I look?
Of course. Go ahead.
Oh,
Oh, it's a Spina di Rosula uniform. Is it for me? But isn't it a bit big?
here's our future little Spina.
Well, it's a gift for future you. When you first told me that you were interested in joining the Spina, I was overjoyed. But it's the Spina's responsibility to protect everyone as well. Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety. So I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it. Well, thank you so much, Miss Navia. I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
But you can't really grow up faster by working hard. You've got to be patient.
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously. Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even if you're not an official member, you're still part of the family.
Boss!
Now here comes trouble.
Huh? Is something up, Florent?
I've got something urgent to report. Romeu and his folks have gathered outside Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
What now?
What? Explosives? What do they want?
It seems like they've been planning this for some time. We started investigating as soon as we received your letter yesterday. But Romeo and his folks must have gotten wind as well, because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them.
So they have a spy on us.
We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
Have they have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
Seems like they've got no interest in sitting down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
Wait, you don't mean they couldn't mean to blow up an aquabus line?
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
Why specifically Clementine? There's the Callus line and the Navia line. But why the Clementine?
Certainly sounds like it.
Romeo and his followers hate the Spina and everything to do with Callus. And the aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the aquabus line, all that rubble will come crashing down the hill and straight into Poisson.
Oh, that's why.
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson!
We gotta stop them.
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by.
So not only they hate the Spina now, but now they're resorting to terrorism. Wow. What a bunch of idiots.
We have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople and get them as far away from the entrance as possible. That should save them from the worst of it.
Let's get everyone onto our ship. That should be the safest place.
Will that even float?
My dear partner, can I leave the Clementine line to you? If the explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, any aquabuses using the line would plummet to the ground.
That's also dangerous.
Let's stop their insanity first, then settle the score with them.
You got it.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe, too.
Time to stop on some French terrorists. I'm just kidding.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
I knew it. Set this up. Oh, he's got daggers.
Watch out, boss!
But she's smart. But she's combat ready. I knew it. I bloody knew it. You plan on stabbing her in the back,
doing,
huh?
Coulter?
Stabbing her in the back? Like the traitor you are?
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You underestimated man Navia, my dude. She had a shotgun, umbrella, and everything like Penguin.
You mean this was all a trick? So that you'd be left alone with me? Coulter, are you with Romeo too? Oh. I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
I knew he was the mole.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never cared for his more radical ideas.
So this is gonna be personal, huh?
And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosula, I only hate you. Only you, Navia.
You better stick close to me.
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. But it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move. Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
You're that petty.
Why?
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question. You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
But I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia.
So why blame Navia?
Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Malus and Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead, all because of you.
So the shock and grief you showed us before, that was in Act 2?
I knew it. Yeah, I figured that. He was too calm. Even if he's shocked and grieved, even though he was in grief, he was still calm about it.
Now you're catching on. I heard Malus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened and resolving to apologize to Malus as soon as I got out. Back then, because of that aqua bus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you. I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin? You've single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful. Everything I've ever loved.
Yeah, time moved, time passed on. Everything went caught up in today's time. Move on. You don't need to blame Navia for what you think you lost. Jesus Christ, dude. I hate people like this guy.
Don't listen to him, boss! He's just spouting nonsense!
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all?
Oh, you're gonna be pummeled.
Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing?
Now that's uncalled for. She's more than worthy.
Have you ever considered that? Maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you, but only because they have such beautiful memories of the past before you came.
Except, what the hell?
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you.
Man, the
Pay
Fontaine.
the price for your mistakes.
Okay, like I was said, Fontaine people really do have a heart.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. But is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like Miss Navia. And my mom loves her too.
You tell him, little child.
I don't know how to explain it, but I like her. And that's that.
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now. You've somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
And yet you want to hurt the people of Bazan by collapsing a rubble inside their home.
You're gonna have to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
Maybe you think you're being the realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this. But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
By kicking your traitorous ass. Shot him in the face. Hey. Out of the way, fighting. Cannon fire.
Well, with rocks. Where'd that?
And yet you're that weak, Coulter.
Watch out!
Man, you're lucky he's put up more for the fight than you. Hiya. Woo. Dude, your henchman put more of a fight than you.
Laurent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation of the townspeople.
That's quite funny because Coulter was the weakest one out of all the men he has on him.
If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly. And don't give them the chance to harm any ordinary civilians. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
Got
Yeah,
it,
go.
boss. I'm on it. Are you
Yeah.
okay, Navia?
She's gonna have to be okay.
I don't know, but I have to go.
Alright, well, we beat a short one earlier. We dashed to the entrance.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clementine line. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillars.
Makes sense. Oh, get the hell out of my way.
Illusion shattered. Coming at you.
Oh, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to ignore these idiots and just go. Is it that? Oh, it's that. Oh, I see it now. There they are. Cannon fire.
That's the way.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Hey there. You asked for it.
Is it that bad
Shine
if I
down.
use my abilities on...
shines eternal.
Well, if I use my abilities nearby these makeshift bombs they have, will it just be bad that I detonated? Well,
That
too late
must
now.
be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we disable it? Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff.
Okay, there's a keyhole. It's a keyhole.
There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for?
Could it be some kind of keyhole? Or maybe an emergency switch?
Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up has the key. Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Let's see what we can find.
Wait, do we have a time limit to find? Oh, thank God.
Oh, you found it! That's amazing!
Okay. Might as well use it.
That should do it, right?
Yeah.
Navia and Florent should be able to relax now.
We should still check the perimeter, just in case. But yes, we're not only the Traveler, the Narwhal Slayer, the Abyss Order Avenger, or Decimator, the Dragon Slayer. Well, technically we didn't slay a dragon, but still. The Adeptus Monster Slayer, a Dragon Queller, and someone who could face against a 2 for 2es.
Oh, you're right. They could have set explosives elsewhere, too. Let's...
My bad. My thumb was heavy. Again. Ooh, cutscene time. What's this? What now? Oh, landslide! We're only boulders! You've gotta be joking.
They're gonna bury Poisson!
Oh, they couldn't blow it up, they just make a landslide. Come on, you got this, Traveler. Let's go, Luby! It's been a while since I used Geo. Of course. Oh, there's a shit ton of rocks.
Great work, partner.
Oh, there
Just
she
leave
comes.
The rest to me.
Damn, Navia!
Navia, you can't block them all!
She can destroy them.
I'm doing this the Spina way.
Damn! Oh, the music's hitting hard. Oh my God.
Fire!
Obliterated. My God. Man. Music's hit hard. But damn, Navia. Now you're definitely my girl. Okay. Haven't been alerted. It's just gonna go by. Members of the never mind. Yep.
I heard from Thierry that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them.
Yep, they lost their chance when they pulled a terrorist act trying to not only blow up a bridge, but put in a landslide onto an innocent town.
Regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified, anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to.
Exactly.
Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
We won, Navia! We saved everyone! And you were so cool!
Hell yeah, she was.
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time.
You look a little pale. You feeling a bit fatigued?
It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
But you usually glow up whenever other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to seeing you like this.
Me neither.
Boss, we managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeu really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all, too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
Got it. That's good, at least.
And here comes this traitor ass.
Coulter.
And he's going back to prison again. Hopefully for life.
I can understand how you feel. The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not callous. And I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone.
Nothing lasts forever.
But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula, but once you're discharged from the fortress again, you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
Thank you, Navia.
Now he regrets his actions. Wow. What's that crab doing?
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
She is also, I must say, a truly unlucky person. Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon. If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. A name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again.
And it gets me thinking. What happened to the Callus line literally is broken? Did the people of Fontaine actually destroy that bridge because of that one case?
Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me really happy.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Just give her some time.
Yeah. That's okay. Everything's fine now.
Thank you so much. Can you give me a hand? I really don't have much strength left. Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course.
Aww.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
How do you feel, Navia? any better after taking a break?
Honestly, I can only imagine that Lumi would Princess carry Navia all the way to Busan. Yeah, but we didn't see that. Oh well.
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Uh, Feel free to just ignore me.
A little weird, but that's true. But that's because I've never heard you doubt yourself before.
I used to think that I'd never doubt myself. But you could say I've discovered that I'm not as strong as I thought I was. Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
Don't think like that, Navia. You've already done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well. There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss. Please, follow me. Everything is already prepared.
Florent, I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
Don't worry. This surprise will be a pleasant one.
I wonder what it is.
Why is everyone gathered here? And what's this?
What's behind the curtain? Or a flag?
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished. But special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before. So I've decided to show you the designs before the final product was done.
Do I really look that bad?
You kind of look worse for wear.
Well, if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
Oh, I wonder what it is. I'm gonna take a gander and guess it might be a statue. Or a design of one. Come on. It's all to bring that smile. Oh. So that's what she looks like. Oh. That looks so nice.
This is...
A tribute.
Papa, Mother, and me.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow. This is the statue you mentioned before?
That must have looked like a lot of work.
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working. We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callus and Mrs. Clementine?
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and rebuilding of Poisson.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
Wait, she's a diver?
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around, we're not worried about this place's future.
We're gathered here today to tell our boss that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
I will also always believe in the bond between us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is. This really is quite the surprise.
It is.
I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
And there it is. That's the end of Navia's story. Let's go ahead and talk to her a bit. See what the end dialogue looks like.
It seems like I started to question myself a bit too much. I'll pick myself up again and become a more reliable president for all of you. Looking back on it, I'm honestly embarrassed by how I acted earlier.
Do you really see me as your partner?
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why'd you have to remind me? Please don't say that again. It's super embarrassing for me.
Yeah, but you're the one who said it.
Now, please forget that I ever said anything. Oh, wait. But it'd also be bad if you were to forget it.
How can we ever forget that wholesome moment? It'll be etched in our memories for eternity, especially in the YouTube archives.
Okay, but please keep it a secret between us from now on. Please don't ever mention it again.
I speak for everybody who is doing content for Genshin that this scene, it will never be forgotten, and it's not going to be a secret. Everyone who's watching this will be known. Anyway, that's it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did enjoy the video, please give this video a like or dislike. Any comments about this particular story? How would you be able to make this person who's feeling doubts about oneself feel better and make them feel more worthy? Comments is right there. And of course, if you are new to the channel, or if you're just coming back to watch some videos that just put up recently, I welcome you all to my channel, and support that channel by clicking the subscribe button for now. And as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the new video. Peace out, and have a great March.